This video is for BlackVue 650S install on a Tesla, specifically a 2016, early 2016 with the old fascia. So the other videos have different mount caps here, and it's a little different than what I have. So I'm just doing a video of my install. Now, I popped this piece down a little bit to expose to see what's underneath, and as you can see, it's actually pretty flush into the glass. There's really not much space to work in there, so there's really no way for me to run it all the way to the back and out in the front here, even though I removed that front piece. So my intention is to actually run it just outside, if I'm not sure you can see it, through this Alcantara to the front here, and then of course run it flush against this piece here into the front where it will connect to the BlackVue. That's the best I can think of. If somebody else has a better idea, they probably can do their install. Now for me, it was nice enough that it's a pretty short run here between here and to the bottom of that Alcantara, which is actually pliable and moves. So I was able to push it through and use a plier to actually pull it out on this side. So I was lucky enough not to need a hanger. Some people, they use a coat hanger to fish it out. Now this clip here that I am showing is actually one of those generic ones that are clipped in this blue tape here that was actually on this piece. And this piece is that microphone piece that just pops off when you pull it out. There's two clips that is holding it. You can pop that off pretty easily. The hard one was actually this guy. I'm not even sure if it comes off completely. I just used one of these tool that removes things and was able to pry it off just enough for me to work my magic here to fish out this wire. Now this wire, what I'm going to do later is I'm going to solder onto one of these clip wires later in the video and connect it to here. Notice what is circled in red. This is the other end of the Amazon replacement power cable I purchased. The red is the positive and the exposed uncolored wire is the negative. These two wires need to be soldered to the 4 pins connector I will show you in the next part of this video. So here I have my trusty meter. It's showing 14.5 volts. And I have this clips connected to these pins here, and I'm just showing you guys what goes where. So as you can see, the brown and the white is at least on my side, the coloring, and then of course the black and the white is really what you want. I probed the other green and red line, and that's like 3 volts. I'm not sure what that is. I suspect it's to power anything else that's 3 volts. But the one you want is the black and the white, and they're separated apart by 1 pin. And of course the other last guy is unpopulated. So at this point, I would sanity check your soldering job as well as the correctness of the coloring of the wire. You don't want a mismatch in how the manufacturer colored their wires to destroy your BlackVue camera. Make sure the positive is indeed the positive and the negative is indeed the negative. Use a multimeter to test for continuity. Note the outside of the barrel connector should be negative and the inside is positive, as shown in the picture. So I ran the wires along the Alcantara here. Yes, the correct pronunciation is Alcantara. And it is pushed on the inside and under the weather sealed. Now, I'm not going to show you that part because it's kind of obvious. And in the next part here that I'm going to show, basically what I'm using this BlackVue, I guess, clip thing and pushing it through this slot here along the way, and then going under behind the weather seal. So if I pull off back here, you can probably see the wire. Well, you won't be able to see it, but it's there, and it's running along this weather seal with my hand there, and I'm coming along now. But in any case, the point of this part is to actually show you that you can just push in the cable through this crevices that Tesla provide, and thanks to the Alcantara, it's actually pretty easy to do. As you can see, I'm just kind of pushing it in with my fingers, and to get the fit more flush here, I just use this tool, and it goes in. And so I know the previous one I kind of ran it up, the previous part. I'm including it just so that you kind of pretty much know how to deal with this guy by pushing it in. But I decided that routing out there actually is not good. It doesn't work for me. So I'm actually going to route it down. And I'm not going to go and remove any clips or remove any panels just because I don't want to do that. I'm going to just leave the wire hanging and probably use a white tape or some other dark color tape to kind of hide it. I'm not too concerned about the back. No one really looks at the back anyways. So, except for when they open and close the lift gate. So, right, so same deals as the rest. You just push it in. This one's a little harder because it's like actually straddle between the panels, the plastic panel, which is pretty stiff, and the Alcantara. So the only give is actually on the top Alcantara. So it is a little more difficult than just between the two, but you know, it'll work. You just kind of shove it in there. There's some give, and there you go. So you know, it works and it gets in there, but it's gonna be a little more difficult when you do this. I'll go. I couldn't get that last piece in. That's fine. Again, I don't really care. No one looks at it. You know, properly I should remove this panel and fit the thing in, but I'm not gonna do that. So, yeah. Well, actually, I can pull it apart a little bit and just slip the cable through. The cable here is not gonna slip through here, but in any case, it goes in the bottom. All right, so this is my complete solution. This is the last part. So I just used some masking tape to kind of hold the cables there onto the plastic piece, and there was some crevice here so that I was able to shove the cables in a little bit just to kind of keep it in place, not really to hide it. It's running along here, and that's where I mounted my dash cam, the back one. So as you can see, it's going along. There's some slack here, as you can see, and that's just because, you know, as the lift gate is open and closing, there's some slack. I didn't actually fit it all into the seal because guess what? It's going to just fold in and come off. So I just give it some slack there. I placed it into the weather seal here just so that the partial shelf it doesn't get in the way of the partial shelf. And then of course I run it along here, and it's not really stealthy. You can definitely see it if I close it. You can see that cable that's here. Underneath it, what I did was basically use, so it's running along here, and I'm using Velcro just to kind of hold the whole thing together down here against the wall, and then the access cable, and then of course it runs up that way, and you guys probably seen what happened before when I was running it down there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me just kind of do a quick run through here. So it's coming around here, as you can see. It's not really stealthy there, but it runs down here, runs across here, runs up this side, behind the weather seal here, all the way. Where is it? Yeah, all the way from the weather seal to here. And then, you know, just push it through the slots and then down the weather seal over there. So from the weather seal across, that's my fingers going, across here. So just kind of push it through here, and it's blocking, it might be blocking the airbags, but I think the airbags will be coming out this way. So it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Plus it's just a wire. And from there, running behind, as you can see, there's a little bit of exposed cable there. The point is, it's there, and it's running along my finger all the way back here. And from there, you guys could probably see the cables. And then from there, it goes out to the BlackVue front camera piece.